look at me and things like that. And it's okay, I thought, the anxiety was there. She knows my anxiety was there, but at the point where for myself, I just felt like, do something you've never done. You just know and clear and everything else. You can't do that. I just give my body. I'm being honest with you guys. I know myself, and if I've done it, you didn't have this type of chemistry. It wouldn't have been. I know it's not straight. I know myself. I have to care about this person before I start touching this stuff and birth it with that. It's really the point where it's so related to the aim, but if we say yes, then I'm sure next time you guys see me, we're like, hey, it's all good. Just curious, when I visited you last week, there seemed to be a serious stumbling block about timing schedules between having a child, traveling, and then finishing your education. Have you made any progress?
Hello, guys. Thank you for your constant support. We are just waiting on Oli before we start. It should be coming soon. In the meantime, keep sharing, subscribing, liking, because we definitely need it. Well, Oli just got in, so we are about to start.
I'm
I,
so
I
first and
just, I
foremost, I
just sent
wanna.
you. You
Are we
good?
live?
We're live. I just sent you the link, and I'll send it to everybody. So you want to share, take a minute to share, and then you're good to go.
Second. There we go.
All right.
Yep.
So
First and foremost, I wanna start this off by saying, welcome everybody. Today we offer our condolences to Real Madrid
really, really,
and Real
had to.
Madrid fans worldwide
You had to.
for the massacre that took place at El Clasico.
You had to start like this. You had to. Really. Couldn't leave it. Couldn't leave it for the end, right?
Oof, man,
Bro, bro.
nothing. A donut.
I
Zero
had it.
goals.
I had
Mm.
it rough yesterday, bro. It was a bad day for me. It was a bad day for me, bro. But terrible, 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 terrible day for me.
Ooh.
And this was bad. This was horrible. And you know what's crazy? Well, first of all, I wanna say hi. I'm not gonna start like Ollie. I'm not gonna be making fun of my co-host over here. Well, there's nothing for me to make fun of him about anyways.
Hey, Miami won their games today. Jimmy had 26. Life is good.
But I wanna say hi to everybody watching the show, man. I wanna thank you for riding with us for third week so far, and we're gonna keep riding till the wheels fall off. I wanna thank Ollie for creating the time to join me on that and in doing that with me. Although it was like a 50-50 idea. It's like we both owners of this little venture, and I couldn't be doing it with a better person, man. So I want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and keep it going because unless something major happens, we are not going to stop.
Yep.
Now, let's talk sports. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Wait, yo, what's crazy, man?
Boy, I was waiting for this.
I love how you started with that Real Madrid. It's a switch from us always starting with basketball. You know what's crazy, bro? I was watching the game. It's not like Real Madrid played terribly. They did not play terrible. It's just that Barcelona was too damn good. That's all.
I like this. Keep talking.
And
Keep talking good about Barcelona. I like this.
they are too good. They are extremely good. And the coach has done a wonderful job of turning this team around. Sorry, I'm fixing the light because it was on my face. I think it's better now. Yeah, the coach has done a good job of turning this team around because Barcelona did not make crazy moves this offseason. They only got Dani Olmo, and I think everybody else is coming from their what you call it? I think in French it's centre de formation, from their academy where
Yeah.
they create the players. And their best player right now, if I dare say that, is only 19 years old. Is it
Yes,
19,
sir.
19 years old? Lamine Yamal.
Yes, sir. Yamal.
Yo, this kid is man.
He's the truth.
He is.
He's
And
the truth.
if he keeps playing like this, he's gonna be Ballon d'Or soon. Although Vini should win this one, but Yamal, yo, this kid is proving every day that he can carry this team, man. And he's playing at. I don't want to compare them, but he's playing at a level that Messi was playing, man, at that age.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm not gonna say that because that's I never want to set up.
yo, he won a Euro with Spain this summer.
He did.
And he was one of the players that scored and played a
And assisted.
game and
Yeah.
assisted again in a Clasico. And he played a big game against Bayern this week too in Champions League. So
I just want to hold off. He's a generational talent, yes, but I want to hold off on the Messi comparisons and the Messi.
But he created that by playing with Messi's old number. He's the one who created that because he wants that. That's his favorite player.
He could want it all he wants, but until I'm of the you still there's a lot more work left to be done before we could start saying these comparisons.
So I just got a message from, and I've gotten this complaint from a couple of people who watch TimeOut. They are saying that there's a language barrier because they don't understand English too much. For those people, I want to say, merci un pile parce qu'on a suivi TimeOut ensemble avec Oli Vens. Nous parler de sport. Malheureusement, nous obligés faire en anglais parce que nous vivons dans un pays qui parle anglais et nous avons essayé de viser et plus monde qui parle anglais pour suivre podcast là. But n'a pensé pour nous mettre un petit créole avec un petit français là-dedans pour participer avec nous. So pour le moment là, on a parlé de Classico. Jean Barcelone, tout est Real Madrid hier, à 4 heures, t'es gon l'enterrement dans Bernabéu. Et ma plein misem, parce que je suis fanatique Real Madrid depuis 2003.
Mais bien fort.
And Oli sont fanatique Barcelone. But anyways, yo.
J'aime content.
Yo, but it's from a perspective of a guy who loves the sport. I really love this from Barcelona because they had a draw for the past couple of years, and now it's wonderful to see. There was, besides changing a coach, it's not like it was a player issue. It was more of a coaching issue. Nothing against Xavi. Xavi was a wonderful player. It was a great player. But maybe something wasn't there. Something wasn't clicking. Hence the reason why they could not play at this level. But yo, and you know what's crazy, Ali? It was only one change that changed the whole specter of the game. They just put De Jong in,
Yeah.
and that's what happens. That's what happens when you got Mbappe being offside for like 7 times.
Mbappe was, man.
That's
And then
what
I saw
happens when
something
you got
interesting that
Vinicius.
said that he's got the most offside calls against him when he was playing against Barcelona.
And that's what happens when you got Vinicius playing with his head down, not looking to pass first. What
But
happened
he's
when you
supposed
got
to be a Ballon d'Or. It's selfish.
it's supposed to get it. It's supposed to get. I think they are announcing it tomorrow. It's supposed. I think he will be getting it.
Out of all the players to win Ballon d'Or, do you think he's the weakest one to win it?
Nah, because Vinicius can play. One thing. I don't want people to think just because Vinny did not had a bad game. He did not have a bad game against Barcelona yesterday. It just it just wasn't Real Madrid's day. Because first of all, we got a lot of injury, or goalkeeper is injured, or Carvajal is injured, and second of all, the ball just wasn't going in.
Yep.
So it wasn't the same situation against Dortmund in Champions League when Vinny just took it up on himself. And remember, I was telling you that you need somebody like Vinny in your team because he can just take it up on himself to go win a game for the team. And it wasn't that. It's just Barcelona was too good. Barcelona was better than Real Madrid yesterday, and that happens. That happens. For the past like 5 or 6 Clásicos, Real Madrid were the one that were better, but yesterday it was Barcelona's turn, and that's okay. I can live with that. It's not like the team is not there yet. Something and they needed a defeat like this for them to adjust and for them to be able to find what they need for this team to click. Because I feel like although they keep saying, yeah, we are friends, we're a team first, whatever, there are a lot of egos in that team that are in need of management. And Ancelotti needs to do something better. That's all there's to it. So in a switch like that, just a comparison, and they are my 2 favorite teams right now. So it's funny. Do you think that what the Lakers are doing right now, don't you think it's a coaching adjustment?
It's a coaching adjustment, but it's a lineup adjustment that's a result of the coaching adjustment. Because
But Darwin Ham had that lineup though. He tried that lineup, but
he didn't stick with it.
He didn't. Yeah, he did not stay with it.
His biggest problem was consistency. He was never consistent.
Do you think that had that lineup given the same result that they are giving right now against Darwin Ham, that it would have stayed with them? Because,
it did.
Huh?
It did.
Yeah, they won 20 something straight.
20 straight at in the beginning, earlier on in the season, and then I don't know what the reason was. I don't know. Darvin Ham was throughout that entire season. He was experimenting with so many different lineups. The Lakers did have a couple injury issues that year too, but
we still are having. They still are having that injury issue because Vendo's not back yet.
Vendo's not back. Christian Wood is hurt too. Christian Wood is going to be gone.
Wood is hurt. So one thing I had that conversation with Noeli, or was it with you? I don't remember. We're saying that JJ is saying that his rotation will be mainly 9 guys, and we're trying to see who those 9 guys are gonna be. Because, bro, the supporting cast, if I'm allowed to call them that, they're balling
right now. Yeah, because I can't, because they were down. In the game they were playing against the Kings coming into the fourth quarter, the Lakers were down that game. It took a LeBron James masterclass for them to.
And what you think about that Phoenix game? First quarter, they got destroyed. It was bad. Everything was going in for Phoenix.
It was bad. That game for Phoenix is what I think when Kevin Durant went over there is what the hope was, that you would have more games like that where just things keep falling for Phoenix.
Everything was that Wookie number 0. I don't remember his name. Yo, he was taking shots like it was under the basket and they were going in.
But my biggest thing is because the only team I will overreact for is the Miami Heat.
Because
Every
that's
other team, every other team, I'm not gonna overreact. So for the Lakers, even though they ended up winning that game against the Kings, they were down 22 at one point in this game. And
um
you needed you needed LeBron. LeBron James went perfect. LeBron James didn't miss a shot in the fourth quarter.
AD did not either.
Yeah, but I'm specifically harping on the fact that you can't rely on those type of performances. The
From
good
LeBron,
teams,
definitely not.
the good teams, the
The old man got to
championship
be 40.
contenders, if they have to constantly rely on the star player to have these big performances where they're making stuff happen and they're putting the team on their backs just to cut the lead down.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So I
same thing
wanna
with Phoenix is you're not gonna have a lot of nights like this where everything is falling. I need to see them on a night where they have to fight for a win for I could say that this is still a good team because on paper it's a good team. On paper, Phoenix is a good team, but the problem that they had when Kevin Durant came on the team is the problem that I feel like they still have. They don't have like a there's not a point guard on that team that I trust that can actually move the ball.
so you don't think that kid that they got that is playing the point for them is decent enough to move the ball?
It's different. There's season just started. Middle of the season, towards the end of the season, when teams are able to adjust to these rookies and to these players, what are you gonna do? You don't have the experience of a Chris Paul. You don't have the experience of a of a Fred Van Vliet or of another point guard in this league who's been in that position, who understands that they have to get different people involved. Especially you're playing on a team with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. They might not. They might have him bring the ball up to initiate offense, and all he's doing is a handoff, or all he's not gonna. For him to
Mm-hmm.
grow as a point guard in this league, realistically,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna entirely depend on how he plays moving forward. If he continues on this path, if he doesn't, then he's just gonna be relegated to being a point guard who plays his role, which is fine.
Yeah, that because I don't think they need anything more than a point guard who can move the ball and play their role. I don't think they need a point guard that's gonna put up big numbers and as far as points, probably assist, but I don't think they need
Yeah.
more than that. And sorry, I just wanna say hi to our cousin Astrid. Hi Charlene. She's saying hello to us on the chat. And that gives me an idea, guys. If you want us to talk about something during that hours, you can comment in the chat and we'll be more than happy because I can see the chat. I can monitor the chat and I can definitely tell Ollie what's going on and then we can talk about it. So si nou
Mm.
kon bagay nou vle mande ou bien nou kon comment nou vle fè, si nou kon traduksyon nou vle nou fè, nou ka definitivement fèl pou ou. Just ekri nan chat la di nou ki sak nan tèt ou e bin a fèl pou ou. And don't forget pa abliye pou like, subscribe e pi pataje. So, one thing you wanted to see, Ollie, and I don't know if you saw it because me personally, for me, week was a bit crazy. I did not get a chance to catch all the games that I wanted to. You wanted
Mhm.
to see Dalton with AR-15 together on the field, and I saw them, and so far I like what I see.
Yeah, they were.
And
I like the little, and
yeah,
that's. I give all credit to JJ Redick because JJ Redick understands his person. JJ Redick is man. I didn't think I'd be talking this good about JJ Redick.
I did not think so either because I remember before the season officially started, I was telling you I think this is a team that LeBron will be coaching. JJ's just here on paper, but it's looking like JJ's coaching this team. And one thing I want to tell you too, man, Dalton is a dog, bro. Kid has no fear.
One. I mean, but we knew that. He took a step back jumper over Bobo.
Yeah, we talk about that. We definitely talk about that. But I thought that was like a once in a moment. This one
No,
took a shot against KD over KD in that Phoenix game, and I'm like, bro, he has no fear,
no.
no fear, and I like this. I like this. This is what you want in a rookie. Definitely what you want in a rookie. And it looks like he might be somewhat of a decent defender. Somewhat of a decent defender.
If
So
he's motivated enough, yeah.
yeah,
If
if
he
he's motivated enough, he can definitely be he can definitely be a good 3 guy. And that's what the Lakers needed.
Mhm.
And like you said, man, the Lakers have that talent to go find the coldest white boy out there, bro.
Ever like consistently every season that
Every
you look at the
season,
Lakers roster, you're just like, where did they find? Where did they find him?
that white boy. Definitely do it. And so far I'm loving this for them, man. After a lot of struggle, they are starting that season 3-0, and they had 2 games where I definitely thought they were gonna lose, and they turned it around. So props to them. I'm loving it. So what do you think? I saw a clip of Gilbert Arenas saying that AD is a better Laker than Paul Gasol was, and that is not sitting well with me.
He's flat out wrong. Now,
What?
with Gilbert's a weird case because half the time the stuff that he says is for shock value, so that's one thing. And then another part of it too, if I was to give him the benefit of the doubt, I would
Mhm.
say if he's looking at it from a talent point of view, I would agree with him.
I will agree if he said that
If
AD
he's
was a better
talking
player.
if he's
Not
talking
even
like
the
talent,
better.
like player, like
Yeah,
you but if he's talking like overall player for the Lakers, for what they meant
as
to
a
the Lakers
Laker,
as a
because he said
team, and
better Laker.
wrong.
I don't agree with that
He's just wrong. He's just wrong. Pau Gasol was more available than AD was, in my opinion.
ever.
Pau Gasol, the role that he had on that Lakers team with Kobe specifically,
He played it to perfection.
perfect, perfect. We if AD was a better Laker than Pau Gasol, we wouldn't be talking. He wouldn't have this issue where he's constantly injured, and the main conversation surrounding him year after year after year since he's been on the
Getting
Lakers
advice.
is, we need you to stay healthy and we need you to be the main guy because we can't keep looking at a 40-year-old
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James
Mm-hmm.
to be playing. So we can't have a 40-year-old averaging 25 on the team if you're on the team and you're supposed to be our main guy. We can't. And every year, and if you want to say, oh, it's because LeBron is LeBron James and he's going to dominate the ball and he's going to score and he's going to do all these things, that's fine. But that's not what should be happening if you have
But
Anthony Davis on the team.
bro, LeBron has not been playing like that when he doesn't need to. Watch that I think it was their first game against the Wolves.
He coasted.
Yeah, he wasn't there. It was Eddie's game, and he stepped up, which is what we need him to do. And
And
I
they're
think
saying that too. They're saying Anthony Davis is the main guy, and this. I just have to actually see it.
see it see it consistent on a consistent base.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
see it almost like, I'm not saying that I need to see it every game, but I need to see like signs of it every game. I need to see him play like he's the main guy every game. If you can have an off night, it's basketball, it's sports. Everybody has an off night now and then, but I need to see you take those shots. They just not going in, and maybe Bron then can do what he did in that fourth quarter last night. But I need to see proof of him trying. Like, and I last season he played a lot of game. I think he played 76 last
We
season.
played a lot. Yeah, we played a lot of games last season,
So
and that was an achievement. And we're like,
definitely was an achievement. Definitely was an achievement. And if he can play that amount of games this season on a high level, like if we get 80, that New Orleans 80, that will be great for the Lakers.
Yeah, and he showed signs of it. Like when in the bubble when they won the championship, he showed great signs of but it was more so instead of him, he played off of LeBron very well during the bubble when they were winning their championship, and I haven't seen that Anthony Davis consistently enough to say that
He's the main guy right now.
the main guy right now, and I definitely haven't seen that enough to say he's a better Laker than Pau Gasol. I can't say that. I can't.
I can't say that. I can't say that. To me, saying AD is a better Laker than Paul Gasol is also almost like saying Bron is a better Laker than Kobe. And I don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree with that. I don't even think that anybody can say Bron is a better player for the Heat than Dwayne Wade was. I don't think so.
I'm not saying it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that either. I wouldn't say that either. One is the best Cavalier ever.
Yes.
But as far as those other teams, I think that they have players that bled that team. And that's the case for Wade in Miami, Kobe in the Lakers. So I don't think people can surpass those guys.
No.
So and now what do you think about the Knicks? Like,
I like them.
how do you feel about them, man?
Earlier episodes I did say that they were still a top team in the East, and
Yeah,
I still feel that way. I still feel like depending on how the season goes, they're interchangeable with 3 and 4 in the Eastern Conference. It could still be changed. But as a team, they defend very well. The game they had against the Pacers, massacre. Defensively, it was just they made the Pacers uncomfortable. They forced them into tough shots. There was a lot of player movement. Everybody was on a man. Everybody was making clean rotations. And it's Tom Thibodeau. His teams have always been very aggressive defensively, but if it's a good sign that I'm seeing that aggressiveness, and then I'm seeing Karl Anthony Towns be a part of that aggressiveness. I'm seeing other players, and then offensively, more players have opportunities to step up. Specifically, Josh Hart. Josh Hart did something that I saw I was like, where he obviously he's one of the best guards that rebound in the league. So he would grab a rebound, push the pace, but he has more freedom now than last season, I'll say, to look to score.
Do you really think so?
I do.
Because I was looking at the Knicks, man, and honestly, I feel like the Knicks play, when you go to the park. Remember when I lived over here, over at your house, and we will have those games every afternoon where Noelle and I will play you and Stanley, or you and I will play Noelle and Stanley. I feel like play that kind of basketball offensively. Like, it's like backyard basketball. It's like, okay, Bronson is the system. Bronson is the best player. We're gonna go to Bronson all the time. That's why I feel like they play.
No, that's not what I saw. Watching the game, that's not what I saw. Because too many players had an opportunity to touch the ball, and every time they touched it, they did something effective with it. Like it was, and then Mikal, I gotta say this. Merci Jésus, Mikal Bridges finally changed his jump shot back to how it was. Mikal Bridges was getting
the new form.
That new form, man. I don't know. I hope he fired his trainer. I hope the coach on the Knicks who told him to change it gets fired.
What was he shooting with? Wasn't it a little shooter?
I don't. If it's not broken,
don't fix it.
Do not fix it.
Don't fix it.
If it's not broken,
don't fix it.
Fix it.
Throughout
that game, he tried it. He tried shooting with that broken
jump shot, and
it looks like it hurts.
Ugly.
And his jump shot,
there was no form.
That's not pretty to begin with, but that new form, it looked like it
It
hurt
wasn't good. It wasn't
every
good.
time he shot it. And then something clicked, and he just, I don't know if it was routine. I don't know if it was reflexes. He went back to what he knew, and shots were
Mhm.
falling. He was getting to his spots. He was making mid-range jump shots. And I was like, okay, this is why they signed you. This is why they were okay with trading Dante DiVincenzo. This is good. This is good. He can be.
I'm still not okay with that trade, bro.
I
Still not
mean,
okay with it. I'm not saying that they should not have gotten Cat, but letting DiVincenzo and Dante go, I'm not okay with it.
what do you?
I think it was, and I'm looking at Dante and the Wolves right now. This is not the same player from that played in that playoff series where people were hoping they would beat Philly.
I think that's going to come later in the season, though, because
I'm telling you,
he was never consistent.
I saw something last season with the Knicks because I work in the city and I have to go to Penn Station where the Knicks stadium is, like
Yes.
MSG is at Penn Station.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw something in that playoff series where they were playing at home. I honestly, like I told you, I never really supported the New York team, but I was definitely proud to live in New York because I saw the way New Yorkers vote for that team. And quite frankly, I would love to for them to have that moment again in the playoff. But I feel like Dante was a big part of it.
He was.
And
He
letting
was.
go like that, to me, I'm not a Knicks fan, but that one hurt.
He's one of those players that I feel like if he towards the end of his career, if he comes back to New York, the fans are gonna welcome him with love and
Most
open arms.
definitely. Most definitely.
New
And
York is one of those teams where if you play hard and you could be the last guy on the bench, but if you play hard, they know who you are and they respect you for it.
yeah, bro, people are riding with Melo till this day in New York. It's like
Of course, because it's Melo.
it's like he never played for Denver.
It, Melo's the most still even though you said I still think Melo doesn't get the respect he deserves because there's Knicks fans, and there's fans of basketball who just the Carmelo Anthony disrespect, and he's one of the most unappreciated players ever.
Bro, okay, I'm gonna ask you something. Do
I
you think
love Carmelo Anthony.
Melo had that actually me asking that might be crazy, but do you think had Melo and KD, like who you think was a or is a better scorer in that mid range though? Or even the three. Melo could hit the three.
If you say mid range, I'm saying Melo every time.
Melo could score like he had a mid range that was
Lethal.
little.
He didn't even need to dribble.
Yeah, his mid range was little. And DeMar is another player with a great mid range.
I like DeMar.
I was watching him in
I
that
like
Lakers game,
DeMar.
bro. His mid range, I don't know. Honestly, bro, I don't know why he didn't work in Chicago. There's two players that play. I was almost a Chicago fan, man, for a little bit because of DeMar and Zach LaVine. I love Zach LaVine.
It's because Lonzo Ball got injured.
You think it was only because Lonzo got injured? That kid could like be a game manager for them, like a point guard for them. Kobe White. I think he was a decent point guard. He was decent enough.
Kobe White took advantage of an opportunity and started playing well for them and showed that he could be a part of their future as a team. But when that team first formed, it was made with the intention of Lonzo Ball being the main guy doing because Lonzo
Like
Ball
the,
before he got
the, the,
injured.
the first distributor.
Yeah, but like more than that, like defensively, he fixed his jump shot. He was a 40%, at least 40% 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Lonzo Ball on that team was he was the if you had that team without him, he was the missing piece, the piece that you would put in there, and it would because that team the way they played fast. So you have Zach LaVine running on offense. running in the fast break, and you have Lonzo Ball pushing the pace, constantly passing the ball, making sure the ball gets advanced, playing like he did when he was playing in high school in Chino Hills. It was tailor-made for that style
Style of
of
play.
play. And when he was healthy, it was working. When he got hurt, and you saw when he got hurt, he was the missing piece the entire
Yeah,
time,
it was the missing
the
piece.
whole time.
I wanted them to succeed, man, because I love Zach Levine so much as a player, and
Mhm.
people always ask me why. I think he's a great player, man.
He's a great player, but his time being unsuccessful in Chicago hurt
Yeah,
it hurt his reputation and his value.
yeah. But Levine, look, I wish he goes to a team where he can be like even the third option. I'll take Levine in the Lakers if they wanted to trade if I was wanting the Lakers, I'll take Levine.
Put Zach Levine on Miami. I'm saying it now. Put Zach Levine on Miami.
So what do you feel
We
about
need
your hits?
how do I feel about the Heat? Where every year it's the same thing. We have a problem. We draft a player or we sign a player to help us solve that problem, and we
Mm-hmm.
don't give that player minutes to help us solve that problem. Every
So
year it's the same thing, and now we have a new problem in the fact that Jimmy Butler is in his late 30s, and Bam, uh, he's not a number one option. I'm sorry. I don't believe Bam is a number one option for the Miami. You could make him team captain. You could make him. You could pay him all the money, but this might be. I just feel like if you're a number one option in this league in the NBA
mm-hmm.
today, we can't look at you and beg you to be aggressive, and we can't look at your production and see that you can barely average 25 a game
Mm-hmm.
in this today. If this was like if this was 10, 15 years ago, if this was
Probably.
if the and you were a 20 and 10 and you were a 20 and 10 big man who's a defensive player of the year caliber every year, I would be like, yeah, that's a number one option. That's one of the greatest number one options ever. That's a great big man for that time. Not right now.
So I feel like Bam can be number two, number three guy somewhere. But
But he's supposed to be our number one in the Heat, and I disagree. Every time a fan is like,
I don't
"Oh,
think
they believe in Bam," and it's cool.
they can
There was
believe
at
in
one
him, but Jimmy gotta still be the number one guy.
he can't. Jimmy's got knee issues the same way D Wade did. Jimmy every now and then Jimmy will
He has
take
to
the
sit
regular
out.
season games off and like try to make sure his knee doesn't get
But I think
worse.
as long as they get Jimmy into the plane, it will turn up. I think that Jimmy has a switch every year in the playoff. He turn it on and then do his thing, and then after that, he just go and chill for the regular season, which I don't mind
He
because
does.
what's more important?
I don't know. The championship window to get Jimmy a championship closed, in my opinion.
As long, I mean, if he really wants a championship, he will have to be the third or fourth guy somewhere else. But he can't. I don't think he can do it with the Heat unless
I don't think my heart
they
could
get
take it.
a major player.
I don't think my heart could take it. It goes Dwayne Wade. It goes Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Chris. It goes Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Chris Bosh, Goran Dragic, Jimmy Butler. Those are like my
Your
all
your
time.
your all time hits.
Yeah,
How about Shaq? How about Shaq? What about Alonzo? What about what was that guy's name? What about Ray Allen?
we were Ray Allen. I'm grateful for Ray Allen, but he was a Celtic for a long time, man. I can't. So I can't really.
That's why he should be on your top because he got a lot of hate for saving our asses.
He did, but I don't know. He was
Oh,
he
what about number 13? The white boy.
Miller.
Miller, yeah.
Miller, yeah. He's but
Bird,
I
yeah.
like all the I like all the Heat guys, but those first couple guys that I named, they're
Bro,
special.
you didn't even say the heart of the team, the heart of Miami.
I was
They're doing weight. You didn't say UD.
UD because he's in a league of his own. There was UD. There was a time where UD was on the roster, and he would talk about how he's doing all the stuff that the team is doing, and this, that, and the third. And I would just sit back and I'd be like, man, retire already, man. We love you. We appreciate you. Retire. You can't.
You know what's crazy, man?
And then I remember they threw a lob to him, and his leg almost broke. I appreciate UD, man. I'm subscribed to the podcast he has
The
on
pod,
YouTube
yeah.
with Mike
He's
Miller.
doing
That's a
good,
great
man.
podcast. I love Udonis, but
Yeah.
those
UD.
other guys, like the role players and all the players on the Miami Heat team, I appreciate. But man, if D Wade, LeBron, Chris Bosh,
Mm-hmm.
Goran Dragic will forever and ever have a spot in my heart as a Miami Heat player, man. Goran Dragic and then Jimmy Butler.
Why? Because you feel like if you didn't get injured, the Disney chip would have been yours?
It would have.
You really
He had
think?
Achilles tendonitis from the Bucks series, and he along next to Jimmy and Bam, he was our next best player
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he was always aggressive in the first quarter. He was always pushing the pace, and he
Mhm.
could score. He was averaging. I'm pretty sure he was averaging 20 coming into that series before he just his Achilles.
It was playing like crazy.
He was playing
He was
crazy.
yeah,
And if you look at his career, he's always played that way. When LeBron left and it was that team, he had some struggle years. When the Miami Heat big three went away, and then it was Bosh, Dion Waiters, Drag, like it was those guys.
Mhm.
That's where my appreciation for him grew. And then
But I don't think honestly, I don't think if Bosch did not have that blood clot issue, Bosch
he
will have
still
probably still be a hit and still be playing for you guys at a high level. And
he still
you guys sign a old Kevin Love, like literally old Kevin Love.
I
I
want
think
him to
that
retire too.
I think that roster spot could have gone to somebody that can still ball, and that could give you like solid numbers, honestly.
Kevin Love being on the roster's chemistry locker room move where you have a
Sign him
veteran.
as a coach. Give him a job as a coach or somebody
And
that
that's
can.
exactly what I was saying when we had Udonis Haslam's old self on the bench. But if Kevin Love still thinks he could play and shoot threes when he's wide open, fine. Fine. I
Oh man, but you a little bit of football like NFL. Have you seen the Chiefs lately? Have you watched the Chiefs lately? Did you have?
no. Actually today I saw the Falcons game. The
Oh,
Falcons game was good to see. I saw a clip of Geno Smith's interception. Nasty work. The Seahawks game. Um, Jameis Winston, the Cleveland Browns. Jameis Winston today. Jameis Winston and the Cleveland Browns beat the Ravens.
oh, they won that game?
They won.
Oh, I would have lost. I was gonna pick the Ravens to win.
But hey, when you go against a God fearing man like Jameis Winston,
But bro, the the Browns, oh, solid defensive team, very solid. They have a great defense. Like Miles is him.
yes,
But when it comes to their offense, I don't know why something is always going on with their QB.
they made it happen. They got the
When it's
God
not a
fearing
when
Jameis
it's not
Winston.
Johnny Manzo, it's what's his face? Deshaun Watson. Like there's always something going on, man. Or it's Baker Mayfield who's not
Baker
happy.
was all right for them. When Baker got them to the playoffs, he was okay for them. They just gave up on Baker.
They did, and they were happy when they got ODB. When he was when he got traded to them, and for some reason Baker and ODB did not work out. And they finally had an offense that I was excited to see because they had Jarvis Landry and they
Yeah.
had Cobb, and they had Baker Mayfield. And I went to watch a game to watch one game against the Jets. Rodgers was not a Jets yet, but I was rooting for them to win. And I'm looking at, I'm like, something is missing there. They had Nick Chubb to run the ball.
Yeah, they did
Had
have
a
Nick Chubb. They had
they
a
had a
squad. They had a squad.
Yo,
Yeah.
they had a good squad, but something was just not here. I don't know if it was a coaching issue, what was it, but something was just not clicking then. That,
Sometimes that's all. That's what happens. Is it just some things it just doesn't end up working out. You know, you have a lot of. It's one of those things where on paper, you look at the names.
yeah.
It's supposed to work, and then
But
yeah,
I don't think it was an ego problem because there were
no,
no.
not even ego. Just
It's just
things
yeah,
not
I see what
working.
happened. But most of
Like
the time it don't work. It doesn't work. It's because of ego. Like somebody feels like they're too big for the team. They need to be they need to be targeted like most of the game. But with that team, Landry was a little bit older and he welcomed ODB as a low border because they were at LSU together.
yeah,
Chubb had his number of carries. So, but something was just not there for some reason. But something was just not there. And
but
now,
they're one of those teams. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tune in to see them play just because of Jameis Winston. I love Jameis Winston as a QB, not because he don't gotta be the best. Okay,
yeah.
he had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in one season. I understand. But Jameis Winston
I haven't really fully watched Jameis for a while now. I
jokes.
really watch his
He's
one of
still
the
the man. Jameis Winston.
but I know he can throw the ball. I
He
know.
can. He could throw the ball, and he's a God fearing man, and Jameis Winston. He's too entertaining. He's gonna be the reason why I watch him. And then
I
other
hope that he
quarter,
get his Geno Smith moment. I hope he get his Geno Smith moment because
I hope he
Geno
does so too.
Geno was somebody that nobody thought would have been a starter in this league after
He
all
was
those.
never that bad though.
It was never that bad, but he was always in the shadow of somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. And he got his opportunity, but now they're struggling a little bit. That interception was rough, but they'll be. I'll tell you right now, there's a locker room when we talk about locker rooms and we talk about good positive energy. I think that's why I that's another reason why I like the Browns because that is Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's always going to keep the energy up, and he's always going to make sure like that. When he tore his ACL on the Saints, and they show him dancing in the locker room after they won. Like that's the type of stuff that you need. Win, lose, you need a guy like that who could just keep team spirits up. And when that guy's your quarterback, it makes it easier for people to root for you and for people to think you have a chance to win any game you're in. And I say all that to say that's not what's happening in the Jets locker room.
Great minds think alike. You definitely. That's what I was gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you. So I definitely think this is one of the reason why the Jets are losing like that because it were, I'm one of the biggest Rodgers fans. Rodgers, like Kaepernick got me into football. Rodgers got me to stay because I could have stopped watching football after the whole thing with Kaepernick, but watching Rodgers, and I don't know if I was telling you this in one of the prior episodes, but Rodgers to me is one of the greatest quarterback ever. And I used to say the greatest ever, but I don't want to disrespect Brady like this. Although I was never a fan, I
I'm
was
not
never
a
a
fan of
fan.
Ray. I can't. Yeah.
But man, the man did do his thing, bro, and two different teams. So
I still believe if God made the perfect quarterback, it was Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, To me, Rogers is missing one thing, the scramble. He cannot really scramble.
In
But
his prime,
he did not really scramble in prime.
not
But
his prime, but I'm saying like it.
he is there in one. And if we want to discuss perfect QB, we got to talk about the Manning brothers. We got to talk about Tom Brady, and he is definitely there. But bro, for some reasons, I think his ego is downfall in the Jets. I think because they let the coach go, and I was telling my stepdad that whoever they hire is gonna be in charge of that of the defense. The offense is Aaron Rodgers' offense.
Yeah,
Whatever it feels like doing.
yeah,
And Rodgers got targets. He got Devontae Adams. He got
yeah,
um uh what's his name? Wilson.
yeah,
He got Lazard.
yeah.
Has the tools. And he has the kid, the kid, the Hall, he can run the ball. He has a
The team should be playing way better than they're playing right now.
definitely they have a decent defense. They have a decent offensive line. What's going on? Like,
They're
why
taking
are
themselves
they?
too seriously. They're taking this. They're taking themselves too. I think because on top of it being you fire the coach. You didn't like the coach's offensive scheme, fine, whatever. Now you have the tools to succeed. You have a pretty decent team, and you also have a quarterback who's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, who demands a lot from the players he's with.
Mm-hmm.
He already has a reputation that he doesn't take self accountability. Then you have another diva on there. Say what you want about Devontae Adams. He's one of the greatest wide receivers the game has ever seen. This, that, and the third. All wide receivers in the NFL are divas. All of them. Every one of them. If
Mm-hmm.
they don't get targeted, they cry like babies.
Mm-hmm.
If they get targeted and they're covered too much and things are not going their way, they cry like babies. If they don't get paid, they cry like all they do is cry. All of them. Every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pair that with the fact that now you need a new coach. The team is losing. Losing doesn't help positive energy within a locker room. It doesn't help camaraderie within a locker room. And
It
then you
doesn't.
have what I said before with the divas and Aaron Rodgers' personality. There's they could literally spiral and lose multiple games, close games that they should win because everybody's uptight, everybody's on edge, and everybody's respectfully trying to win. Like they're not going into every game trying to lose.
No, they're not. They're not. The mindset is there, but something is not clicking. Quickly, I wanna say hi to another friend of ours watching, Yamile. She said, "Took me a minute to understand we are talking about sports. Y'all got a lot to teach me. So come every Sunday and you'll be good. We got you." But yeah, they definitely don't go with in the game with the mindset of losing. The mindset of winning is there, but at the same time, I think the their core is pretty young, like the core of the offense. Because if you look at the whole like wide receivers, they are fairly young. I'm not gonna say pretty, they are fairly young. So I don't think those guys have that can take that level of criticism that Rogers is gonna bring in the locker room. I think they will always feel like, okay, yeah, he's blaming me because I dropped that ball. He's blaming me because I did that pass interference. And the next game they're gonna go in there with that in the back of their head, trying to prove that they can do better and they're gonna do more dumb shit, bro. And that's what's gonna keep costing them games.
And that's why you need a guy like Jameis Winston in your locker room. Good positive vibes, good positive energy, laughter, joyfulness, togetherness, lightheartedness.
In the
You
Jets
need.
case, sincerely, in the Jets case, I think they need a coach that Rodgers respects.
I want to see. I want to see. I'm only saying this because I was also watching the Pivot podcast, and
Mhm.
I saw the episode with Rex Ryan. I want to see Rex Ryan coach this Jets team so bad. I want to see. I need like
Man, honestly, I think I don't know about Rex Ryan. Maybe he can get there and get them to listen and get him to like to play to be to create more team chemistry over there. But I think one coach that can get there and have them listen will be what's his name again? The Patriot old coach. The name
Nah, I'm not. I don't want Belichick on that. No, I don't.
Belichick. But
No, I don't.
I think he's one of the guy that Rodgers will respect, and that will. I'm not saying that for style of coaching. I'm saying that for because they need somebody they can listen to, man. All of them.
I got that. To me, I need that to be Rex because Rex Ryan, the way Rex is, he's gonna tell it to you like it is, but he's not gonna be. He's you run through a wall for Rex Ryan.
And guess what? After a couple of games, Rodgers might get him fired.
That's dude. Rodgers at this point. Rodgers could get Bill Belichick fired, dude. Rodgers could get Reed. Rodgers could get Andy Reid fired.
I don't
There's
think
not a coach alive that can't get fired.
I don't think
I,
so. I don't. I think that there are certain coach that he will chill and he will listen and respect them.
if Rodgers can't get you fired, he's leaving your team.
Okay, he can leave at the end of the season, but one thing I know, this season is gonna play like it's supposed to.
I don't know. He's already at the because Rodgers too at the same time is a because of how old he is, he has nothing left to. When you get to a point in this league where you feel like you have nothing left to prove, you don't really care.
And that's why, bro, to me, like there there are some players that at a certain age, at a certain point, I will then do everything in my power to get. I'm not saying Rodgers should not have come to the Jets, but I don't think when the Jets got Rodgers, I don't think they needed Rodgers. Yes, they needed a QB, but they did not need Rodgers.
Yeah. We at this point, I don't want to. I'm gonna give it a couple more games because this is a
Bro,
thing that
halfway, we are halfway through the season, bro.
we are. But I say this to say that we are at a point where as fans, as viewers, as the part of the media, we do this thing where under the specific lenses, we make things worse than they might actually appear. And I'm
Absolutely.
not saying this is the case, but this is one of those things where losing is hurting the reputation and is creating the image of Rodgers being this villainous, this like selfish, overbearing presence. The losing is hurting that.
I don't think it's portraying Rodgers like that. I think it's the whole like it's Rodgers' career that is basically talking against him. Because when you if you think about it, Tom Brady had losing seasons with Tampa Bay, and you saw his reaction on the field, like breaking tablets,
Breaking things and
yelling,
they
doing
held it
all
again.
that.
They held it against him, but they had never seen that side to him because one, he was winning, and then two, he was under Bill Belichick. So it wasn't like he was able to just have these outbursts and then face no repercussions for it. And then
Exactly.
three, it was also, for the simple fact that his fans, with him winning so much, his fans just dismissed it as passion. We
Hmm.
do that with star players all the time.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant. Kobe was a excuse my French, he was a dickhead.
Of course he was.
Michael Jordan, say
Dickhead.
like, but you win. And when you win, people see it as passion.
Passion.
People
Mhm.
are like, he's just competitive. He's
Yeah.
this, he's
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
But
Yep.
when you lose, same thing with Draymond Green. And I hate Draymond Green as a player because of his antics, not because of his skill. But Draymond Green kicking people in the balls, getting technical fouls left and right, screaming, cussing, doing all this stuff. When he's winning, he's passionate. He's brilliant. He's fiery. He's the heart and soul of the team. And then when he's losing, it's this guy's crazy. This guy's immature. this guy, the Warriors need to get rid of him. The team has to get rid of him. He needs to be humble. It's the same thing that has followed Tom Brady throughout his entire career because he hasn't won as much as. Because I've argued this a lot. If you were to put Aaron Rodgers, if you were to switch Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady within their teams, and you have Aaron Rodgers be exactly the same way he is, Aaron Rodgers, because of the winning that they would have been doing, all things remaining the same besides the two players, because of the winning that they'd be doing, we would view Aaron Rodgers the same way we view Tom Brady, as this passionate, fiery player, even more so because in their primes, you could have made the argument that Aaron Rodgers was more
player
than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through the season. If they get in the win column,
I just need them to make the playoff, man.
No, if they get in the win column and everybody's smiling and things are in a better position and players feel somewhat rejuvenated to come back next season and know their role, know their play style within the team and have some semblance of a vision, then I could care less about how we think about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because he's doing what he's supposed to do, and
he's doing what he's supposed to.
Something has to click. Something has to click within the team for them to get there. Honestly,
that's why I'm never a fan of the whole Aaron Rodgers is this, like, I'm never a fan of over like not villainizing, but over like making Aaron Rodgers' personality as a player over like too negative, because and it's not just him. This is something we do with all athletes, where we just
Yeah, bro. So we hit that time. So I just want to shout out everybody that was watching with us and everybody that were with us. We got a lot of comments. Keep them coming. And I just want to announce that I'm gonna have some surprises for you guys just to reward you for watching with us. I think I have to discuss it with Oli, but next week we might announce like something in terms of something we want to do just to thank you for watching with us. I want to shout out my friend Liners Alcindor, who said that the episodes are dope and he might slide as a guest with us soon. We are waiting for you, bro. Anytime you want, just let us know, bro, and you're welcome. You're always welcome. So with that being said, I don't know if you want to say something before we end it, bro.
Definitely appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody, coming, every Sunday for these late night episodes. I very much enjoy doing them. And looking forward to more episodes, more conversations, and always lots to talk about.
Of course. And like I said, we will definitely discuss within the week, because we definitely have to find something to reward the fans. I'm gonna see how we can get something going, and we'll talk about it, and we'll do that. So with that being said, I wanna tell everybody have a great night and have an even better week.
Yes.
So we'll see you again next Sunday, 8:30 to 9:30 for the TimeOut Podcast with Oli and Vens. Peace.
Yeah, priez pour Real Madrid.
Yo, Real Madrid. Double boy hitmaker. I see you, brother. I see you, man. I see you, bro. We got a star in the house. Trouble boy hitmaker. He's working hard on some new stuff he's about to drop, so people stay tuned. That's my brother, man. So one love, brother. I'll definitely catch you guys next week. Oli, we'll talk doing this week and plan it.
All right.
We already know, man.
All right. Be safe. Be good.
Peace, bro.